Welcome to game number 3 of the day between JSS and SuperTech. We have the coin here, and JSS captain, he will flip the coin. He do honors and Anshul will call. Tails and heads is the call. JSS captain Raj, you won the toss. What do you want to do?
We are going to bat first.
Any reason for batting on the...
We are. It's a good time to bat first because we are free now. So after fielding, it's difficult to batting. Yeah.
What sort of a score are you looking to put up?
We are looking for around 180, 200. Yeah.
Thank you, and all the best as we talk to Anshul. Anshul, happy to bowl first on this wicket?
We too wanted to bat first. It looked like a good, wicket to start batting on. But no, not a problem. We have a good bowling lineup who can restrict their score to 130, 140.
And first game was a loss. What sort of areas have you spoken to your team and asked them to come up and try to string a victory out here today?
Yes, from the last matches, the learning was to control the extras. We gave away too many extras, like the 30 runs was the difference on the extras versus the winning scores. So we are having a 2 change-up. We are bringing additional batter and 2 all-rounders. And it looks like a good match to play on this one.
Anyway, all the best, and JSS winning the toss and electing to bat first in game number 3 of the day. JSS will take strike in a moment or so. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, we can start, guys. Yeah, okay. Coin ली थी? कहाँ रख दी? Coin रख दी. And Gas Premier League played between JSS and SuperTech. JSS captain Raj winning the toss, electing to take first strike. Cool conditions out here. Contrary to what was in the day, the temperatures have dropped down
ओपन पिच चली गई है, बिल्डिंग लग गई है, बॉल है ही नहीं इधर, बॉल नहीं दिया इधर। तो बॉल यहाँ लाके बॉक्स रख देना चाहिए उसको, यूनिट को बोलना बॉल का बॉक्स तो यहाँ ले लिया कर।
Ranjit Kesavan, the batsman on strike, his partner Asad. Anshul Srivastav, the opening bowler, captain of the side. Both the captains would have wanted to bat first on this innings, and 180 is what Raj is targeting as a team, and at the same time Anshul wants to keep the score to less than 140. He said that they have addressed that they need to control the extras in the innings, as Anshul bowling the first ball to Ranjit. Beautiful stroke towards the cover region. He starts off with the boundary, pitch delivery. And Ranjit makes a full-blooded drive towards the cover region. So JSS pipe and fittings up and running. Having lost their first game against Petrofac, whereas SuperTech lost to Oil Serve in their first game. Brief hold in play. Anshul to Ranjit, plays it towards point, and they take off for a quick single, 1 run added. Let's have a look at the previous games that these two teams played. Let's go to Petrofac. Petrofac beat JSS Pipes and Fittings, where Ranjit Kesavan was the top scorer with 27 of 25. And Petrofac had scored 191 in their turn, as Asad plays it towards deep gully. Single added to the total. Score moves on to 6. And last game, when SuperTech took the field, they gave away 176 runs. They gave away 23 extras in that innings, and this is what Anshul was clearly talking about. 17 wides in that innings. As we come back live to this game, plays a ball, good length. Ranjit playing it towards short covers, no run there, 6 for no loss. We are in the first over of power play. 2 men outside the ring, a man at deep third and a man at deep fine. 7 men inside the ring, a man had slipped there for the edge. Ranjit plays it towards short covers, and a quick single. Asad responding to the call, a late response, but still completes the single. Its score moves on to 7. Ranjit batting 6 of 4. Asad batting 1 of 1. The last ball of the first over coming up. Asad on strike, nearly inducing an edge, inviting the drive. Asad going for it. The ball into the keeper's gloves. So end of the first over, 7 for the loss of no wicket. 7 runs of the first over. So good comeback by Anshul after conceding boundary of the first ball, altered his line and length, not giving any sort of width for the batsman to play those shots, and he's managed to give away 3 runs of the remaining 5 balls. In the power play. Bruno, the bowler. Bowls at middle and leg. Batsman plays it to a short mid wicket and takes a single.
बराबर हो गया स्कोर लेवल हो गया सुपर ओवर
8 for no loss.
पहला मैच ही सुपर ओवर
Plays this towards short covers, wanting a single. Anshul doing the fielding there at short covers. Score remains on 8. Current run rate of 6.0. Just in the power play, it's two fielders outside the circle, man at third man going quite square towards a deep gully, and the man at fine leg. There's a wide down leg side. Keeper collecting the ball but unable to finish the collection, so adds another run to the total score, moves on to 10 for the loss of no wicket. Another ball, good ball. Ranjit happy to play out those ones on the good line spot. Doesn't want to take any sort of a risk. Plays it back towards the bowler. Score remains on 10. 1.3 overs completed. The Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. This is game number 6 between JSS and SuperTech as he bowls it on the legs. Ranjit plays it towards square legs, takes another single, score moves on to 11. This tournament sponsored by Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry and Caltros.
मेमोरी कार्ड आपके पास था वो संभाल लेना इसको लैपटॉप में रख लेंगे जब वो सामने
Bruno into Asad. Halfway down, chance of a run out. And a miscommunication nearly resulting in a run out. A good throw, a direct throw would have had Asad in trouble. But not to be, so score remains on 11. This last ball of the second over coming up. SuperTech having quite a few medium pacers in there. This one as a Yorker ball. A late request by the bowler, but umpire unmoved. So the end of second over, 11 for no loss. Asad batting 1 of 5. Ranjit Kesavan batting 8 of 7 with 1 boundary. 2 extras to the total. Is Anshul to continue. After this time again letting Ranjit free his arms, he plays this over cover region. A good bit of fielding by the man at mid-off. Keeps it down to a double score, moves on to 13. Score moves on to 13. Ranjit this time dances down the wicket, trying to entice the bowler to alter his length. Manages to get a single, score moves on to 14. This time Asad Plays it towards point. There's a misfield there. Ball racing towards the boundary. The fielder fields it inside the field, keeping it down to a single. So good bit of coverage by the man at third man, or rather wide gully, running towards the point boundary and stopping the ball from going over. Score moves on to 15. 2.3 overs. Ranjit again being allowed to free his arms, plays it towards short cover, no run there. Anshul trying to keep the ball outside, off stump. Should manage to keep the ball between the fourth and the fifth stump, not beyond that. Else could be taken for runs. That's a better ball in line of the stumps with Ranjit moving in. It's a better ploy of keeping it outside the off stump, keeping him quiet. So passage of play where both the teams trying to outdo each other. 15 for no loss. We're in the third over of power play. Fifth ball coming up. Then this time chops on to his stumps. Unlucky dismissal. Too full of ball to go for the cut. Under edge. Chops back onto his stumps. So Ranjit Kesavan is out. 15 for 1. So good bit of bowling. Tight lines. Enticing the batsman to play a false stroke, and he obliges and loses his stump. Good batsmanship show while Ranjit was there. So far had played everything on merit. But a brief error in judgment has cost him his wicket. And he's out for 11 of 12 balls with one boundary. And Anshul drawing first blood for SuperTech. As we see Ajit come into the centre. End of 3 overs, 15 for 1. Asad will be on strike as Ajit will be on a non-striker. Ranjit was out of the last ball of the third over. Bruno to continue. Right arm over, foolish delivery, plays it down towards mid-on. Indecision of a run. In the end, both the batsmen deciding against it. Asad is batting 2 of 6 balls. $15 for 1. Third ball of the over. Wrapped him on the pads, going down leg side. An appeal more out of hope than any sort of conviction. Wrapping Asad on the pad, but ball going down leg side, so he is well safe out there. And Bruno bowling a tight line as of now. This time again playing it towards short cover. Outside the off stump. Lucky not to be called wide. 5 balls completed in the over, no run conceded. Would want to close it with a wide. So the last 6 balls, no runs have been scored and have resulted in a wicket. Bruno into Asad. Again, another foolish delivery. Asad keeping it out. So end of the 4th over. A maiden 15 for no loss at the end of 4 overs. Bruno 2 overs, 1 maiden, 4 runs, no wicket. Anshul 2 overs, 11 runs, and the wicket of Ranjit Kesavan. Asad batting 2 of 12. Ajit has just come to the wicket and he is yet to face the ball. Yes. Anshul to continue. Bowling his 3rd over on the trot. Bowling to Ajit. Playing and a miss, squaring himself up. Not the kind of length where he should be playing square rather than playing front. Score remains on 15. Last 9 balls, no runs have been scored. Another one and another miss. Batsman not attentive enough to collect that run, so the score remains on 15. JSS wrapped him on the pads, asking for an LBW. Again, the man had shot fine, rather fine leg coming into a short third man. The batsman not crossing for the run. Quite interesting to see if he was going to be adjudged LBW. Misses out on a run. Score remains on 15. Anshul and Bruno at the moment bowling some super. This time bat on ball, but still no run there. Ajit again a wild swing. And the second maiden on the trot. Score remains on 15. A rarity in T20 cricket when you see 2 maidens being bowled, let alone being bowled consecutively. As SuperTech have got a strong hold on the innings as of now. JSS on 15 for 1. As a mini conference between the SuperTech bowlers as to who is going to bowl. As we get a chance to speak to Jatin. Jatin, your views, 2 maidens on the trot, it's a very rare occasion in T20 cricket.
Correct. I think they are bowling really well. And I think one of the key batsmen, they took the wicket very early. So I think they are under pressure. The batsmen are under pressure right now.
As we see Bruno coming into bowl, the last over of the power play, he is into bowl to Asad. This time an inner edge, going past the man at square leg, racing towards the boundary. The ball stops right in front. 2 runs added to the total. So after 14 balls, we see a couple of runs added to the total. Score moves on to 17. Your assessment of the conditions, Jatin, as of now?
I think we had played a first match with this team who are bowling. They are a very good bowling unit, especially the new ball. Their pace attack is really nice, and I think it's the other JSS has to play really well to negotiate the seaming conditions, and the ball really moves around when it comes to the evening time. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the assessment that Jatin has. The JSS are up against a very good pace attack as Bruno bowls a full toss this time. Asad helps it towards the gully region for a boundary. Will make him feel much better after he was struggling in the last over. He's managed to get 6 runs of the first 2 balls of the over. And as soon as you get some runs under your belt, your confidence grows in these sort of conditions and you can reassess yourself and try to put up a formidable score. JSS were looking at scoring about 180 in this innings. So far have been kept on a tight leash apart from the 2 boundaries that have been given. We are already into the 6th over of power play. And score moves on to 21. This surpassing the lowest power play total earlier in the evening by Dynamos, who had only scored 15. So JSS doing slightly better as we see another single being scored at the gully region. Score moves on to 22. Asad moves on to 9. Ajit is yet to get off the mark, facing Bruno for the first time. He had played out a maiden last over against Anshul. As Bruno comes into bowl. Again a wild swing as the 4th ball of the over is concluded. .4 overs completed, 22 for the loss of 1 wicket. Asad batting 9 of 13 with the boundary. This time asking for a question. Umpire unmoved, probably again going down leg side. So score remains on 22 as the last ball of the power play comes up. This last ball of power play coming up. Ajit yet to get off the mark. Bruno into Ajit. And another wild swing and a miss. So the power play concluded 22 for the loss of 1 wicket. Both the bowlers making use of the conditions, cool conditions, breeze across the ground. The 3 overs, both the bowlers bowling 3 overs, getting a made into their credit and 11 runs given away. The only difference, Anshul has a wicket against his name, and Bruno, who's bowled a tighter spell, is wicketless at the moment. Unlucky that Ajit was not adjudged. LBW the last over, probably going down leg side. So 22 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 6 overs. As we see a bowling change, Semilai, who had opened the innings with Anshul last match, has now come in as a first change bowler. Another, this time falling in front of point, unable to stop that one, and another rare miss results in a boundary. Asad moves to 13 of 16 balls. Now starting to open up. He's got another boundary. He's got 2 boundaries so far. 3 boundaries scored in the innings so far in the 26. And Semilai not happy with the effort at the man at point. Needed a much better effort. As Semilai this time plays it to Asad. He plays it down to covers, wanting a single there. No run. Each team gets to play 5 league matches and 1 knockout match. Knockouts very simple. Top 2 teams to contest the finals. The third and the fourth play for third place, and the fifth, sixth will play for the fifth place. As Semlai bowls a wide, score moves on to 27. Semlai to Asad. This time plays it towards covers. No run. Score remains on 27. Edged and drop. Keeping's not really great. The collection has not been up to the standard. Asad survives. Semlai, the unlucky bowler. A catch dropped at point, a boundary given, and now another catch dropped. As Semlai comes into Boto Ajit, this time plays it across the line. Manages to send the ball towards the deep mid-wicket region. 2 runs added to the total. Score moves on to 30. आप स्कोरिंग भी करते रहते हो साथ में इसमें किसका इसमें हाँ वो ग्राफिक का 4-6 अच्छा as another swing and not so good collection by the keeper, but no run given. So at the end of 7 overs, 30 for the loss of 1 wicket. 8 runs coming off this over. The most expensive one, Semlai, the unlucky bowler. A couple of drop catches off his bowling. Will need some good support by his fielders and the wicketkeeper. We see another bowling change. Ansar, the bowler. Brief hold in play as the batsmen have a drink. We see a bird moving around the boundary line. Rarity. A couple of them just trying to have a little bit of a play between themselves. As the players are taking a break, the birds having a bit of fun of their own. Action comes up. Ansar into bowl to Asad. Yes, Ansar, right arm slow bowler. Asad plays it back towards him. No run added. He's batting 14 of 19 balls. Plays it towards square leg. The man at deep square leg doing the fielding. 1 run added. Score moves on to 31. As Ajit plays this one towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 32. This tournament being sponsored by Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry and Caltros, whereas Asad plays a not so handsome stroke towards mid-wicket for a single. Score moves on to 33. He moves on to 15. Trying to hold this innings together. That has not been able to take off. As leg break, Ajit playing, moving across and trying to access the point region. So no runs there. Asking for another LBW, plays across the line outside the off stump. So no run added there. Score remains on 33 at the end of 8 overs. Ajit batting 3 of 14. Asad batting 16 of 22. Partnership of 18. As Ansar Ahmed Abbasi comes into bowl. Semlai being given a break after the first over. He bowled and gave away 8 runs. कीपर पे जूम करना ना बाद में कीपर पे जूम करना इसका नाम चाहिए मेरे को. As Ansar comes into bowl to Asad, nearly chopped on to his stumps. Mariappan, the wicket keeper, guilty of not holding on to the catch of Asad as he continues to stay at the wicket. Scores another single. Score moves on to 34. Ansar to Ajit, plays it back to the bowler, foolish delivery. Sorry, it is Semlai who's continuing his over. This time Ajit plays it over the man at covers. Fielder misjudging this one, coming in, but then had to see the ball sail over his head. So much better over from Semlai so far, giving away 2 runs of the 4 balls he's bowled. Again, another wild swing. This is the 4th game on this wicket since the morning, so the ball's going to keep low. Batsmen have to account for that low bounce. More better if they're playing down the ground than playing square of the wicket. As this time he plays it down the ground. The man at long on doing the fielding there. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 36. So 3 runs coming off the 9th over. So at the end of 9 overs, 36 for the loss of 1 wicket. The man out, Ranjit Kesavan. He was bowled by Anshul for 11 of 12 balls. Since then, Asad is batting 18 of 26. Ajit batting 4 of 16. The bowling analysis so far: Anshul 3 overs, 1 maiden, 11 runs, 1 wicket. Bruno 3 overs, 1 maiden, 11 runs, no wicket. Semlai 2 overs, 11 runs, no wicket. And Ansar 1 over, 3 runs, no wicket. As Ansar into bowl to Asad. And a single to mid wicket. High and handsome stroke towards the deep mid wicket boundary. The man doing the fielding there, keeping it down to 1 run. That's a slowish delivery. Asad plays it towards short fine for a single. Walkie talkie लेके umpire से पूछो, has he got the right bowler? As Ansar coming into bowl, the 4th ball, looping delivery. Ajit plays it towards mid wicket for a single. नहीं, वो Ansar अब्बास ही है, वो Ansar श्रीवास्तव है. As 5th ball of the over, requesting for an LBW as he bowled him.
येलो आ रहा है वो बदलियो के 10 बंद करो मोबाइल यहाँ पे रखा इसके लिए क्या ये मोबाइल इधर का ना हो सकता है
बैटरी चेंज की थी ना इसकी. छोटा सा इंटरव्यू यार, कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट
किस बारे में मतलब एक्चुअली मैं क्रिकेट में बिल्कुल भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं. मेरे को ये भी नहीं मालूम अपना इंडियन क्रिकेट का कोई कप्तान कौन है. सच बता रहा हूँ मैं बिल्कुल. मैं आज पहली बार नटराज के साथ आ गया यहाँ, इसलिए सब खराब हो जाएगा, गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. चलो ठीक है.
बोला उसको मैंने तो उसने बोला मैं चेंज कर दूंगा.
क्या बैट्समैन डाल दिया?
नहीं, बॉलर गलत डाल दिया यार. और फिर बाद में उसको पता पड़ेगा कि अंशुल के 4 ओवर.
पीछे नाम लिखा हुआ है प्लेयर्स का, फिर भी नहीं देखेंगे यार.
Shiraz, the new batsman, replacing Asad. Answer 1.5 overs. As Ansar coming to bowl the last ball of the 10th over. Shiraz.
अभी ओवर हुआ ना बेटा, वो लास्ट बॉल बची थी, टाइम बचाने के लिए एक बॉल पहले ही करा दिया ताकि पहले एक बॉल पहले करा दिया.
Yes, we change ends. End of 10 overs, 40 for the loss of 2 wickets. The last man out, Asad, bowled of the bowling of Ansar. His luck running finally scored 20 of 29. Shobraj, the new bowler, bowling the 11th over of the innings. Ajit batting 6 of 18. Shiraz just joined him, has faced a single delivery with no runs. So 40 runs in 10 overs. Projected score 80 in 20 overs would not be enough to stop SuperTech. JSS need to come up with some better batting performance in the second half of the innings. As Shobraj bowls a dot ball towards Ajit, who's struggling at the moment. He's 6 of 19, strike rate of 31.38. Another wild swing. Score remains on 40. The field restrictions of 6 overs lifted after the end of 6 overs. We see a man at deep cover. We may see a man at long off, long on, the man at square leg. Four men outside the ring. Both the umpires converge together for a quick chat. Score 40 for the loss of 2 wickets. We're in the 11th over as a wide being conceded. Score moves on to 41. Shobraj coming in to bowl his first over. 2 balls, 3 balls bowled, given a wide, so 2 balls will be counted. This time a foolish delivery. Ajit plays it towards mid-on and takes off for a single. Score moves on to 42. Shiraz plays it towards the extra cover region for a single. Score moves on to 43. SuperTech boys running through their overs as soon as possible. Cool conditions, would want to sit back in the hut and have a cup of coffee as fast as they can. As Shobraj into, so nearly bowling him round his legs, but the umpire deeming that a wide. Could have been quite comical had he been bowled round his legs. Score moves on to 44. This time plays it. The batsman plays it straight down the ground. Man at long off doing the fielding. Abhay, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 45. And Ajit moves on to 8 of 22. Shiraz batting 1 of 2 balls. He's on strike. It's the last ball of the 11th over coming up. In spite of the 2 wides, it's still deemed to be a good over. Only 5 runs given of it. Last ball of the 11th over. There's an edge. Mariappan is the lone fielder who was interested. None of the fielders in the ring or the bowler were interested. So umpire deems it not out. Score remains on 45 at the end of 11 overs. As Ansar comes in to bowl his 3rd over, he's given away 7 runs and taken the wicket off Asad in his previous over. So keeping a tight lid on the proceedings, as did the first 2 opening bowlers, Anshul and Bruno, who gave away 22 runs amongst themselves and took the wicket of Ranjit Kesavan. Ansar down the leg side. Good take this time by the wicketkeeper, moving to his left. Score moves on to 46. Shot mid-wicket, no run there. Score remains on 46. 6 extras in the innings so far, 6 wides. Not much of a concern, as this time a low full toss plays towards long on. Both the batsmen cross over for a single. The man at long on doing the fielding. Score moves on to 47. Short ball, this time down leg side, again being called wide. So 7 wides in the innings so far. Looping delivery outside the off stump. Starts playing it towards short cover. It's a single. He moves on to 40. Score moves on to 49. He moves on to 2 of 4. Ajit batting 9 of 24 balls. It's the 4th ball of the 11th, coming from round the wicket. In the air, 1 bounce to the man at long off. A bit of a misfield, but just a single being considered. So the 50 coming up in the 12th over. 11.4 overs to be precise. Current run rate of 4.29 will get them to 86 only. As another looping delivery, completely missed by the batsman. Score remains on 50. Ansar running through his over quickly. As of now, he's given away 12 runs of the 2.5 overs he's bowled so far. As last ball onto the pads, wanting a single at short fine. Ajit not interested. So completion of 12 overs, 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. Shobraj to continue. So the SuperTech team bringing in a couple of changes in the playing 11. Injecting a couple of all-rounders to blast to the batting end to provide some backup as bowlers. And so far have done well to keep the score down to 50 of 12 overs as Ajit on strike to Shobraj. This time he's been put out of his misery by Shobraj. Foolish delivery across the line and the stumps are shattered and the zing lights goes on as we see the replay. Shobraj keeping right up across the line and it's good night for Ajit. He's bowled by Shobraj for 10 of 26. A strike rate of 38.46 as new man making his way to the centre. Shobraj giving away 5 runs of his first over, manages to get a wicket off the first ball of his second. बैट्समैन पे जूम इन करना थोड़ा बैट्समैन थोड़ा जूम करो. As we have Raj, the captain, coming in. He's coming at number 5.
सर यहाँ बाउंड्री वॉल से मैंने उसको सेव किया, विकेट तक लेके गया.
फिर भी नाम नहीं दिखाई दिया इसीलिए मैंने बोला.
वो तो उधर आ
दिखाने का बताने का मजा कुछ और है. वो उधर तक पहुंचे
टिक्के जा रहा है भाई, सामने से थोड़ी जा रहा है कि तो बैक साइड से हम दिखें.
As good camera work by Fahad, who is lead cameraman for this tournament. As Rajendran plays it into the sky, man at gully gets an hand to it but cannot latch onto it. So a first ball reprieve for the captain Rajendran. Score moves on to 51 as we see backtracks, gets a hand to it but unable to hold on to it. Ansar at short covers has his hand on his head. So Shobraj unlucky to miss out on another wicket. He's between a good spell as of now, keeping it right up to the stumps. This time under the bat, batsman crossover for a quick single at short cover. As another run, 52 for 3. 52 for 3. We are in the 13th over, 12.3 overs completed. Shobraj to Rajendran. This time, Shobraj doing it all by himself. Rajendran playing down the wrong line. And he's bowled. So the 4th wicket down as we see Shobraj coming in, hopping in slowly. Good action, slinging action, and right under the base. Captain out for 1 of 2 balls. Lucky to survive the last ball. He was dropped on gully, but not much effort after that. He's out for 1 of 2. So 52 for 4. We are at the end of 12.4 overs. So Shobraj getting his 2nd wicket of the over. Let's be watching. .52 for 4. 12.4 overs completed. We're at the Playfit Sports Eagle Cricket Grounds here on the Dubai Al Ain Road. Fifth ball of the over. Shobraj to bowl, down leg side, called a wide. As Ali comes into face. He's batting at number 6. Shobraj into Ali. Again another wide. Down leg side. Shobraj trying to confuse the umpire by asking for a caught behind. Umpire unmoved. Score moves on to 55. So 2 runs added to the total without a ball being bowled. Ali enticing the bowler to bowl on his pads. Shobraj needs to recompose. He's been bowling well so far. He's got 2 wickets to his credit. This time outside the off stump, and this time on the other side another wide. So hat trick of wides. Score moves on to 56. The score comes down 55 rather. Cool conditions here, temperatures dropping. This time full on to the batsman, plays it towards short mid-wicket, collects a single, he's off the mark. 1-1, score moves on to 56 as the last ball of 13th over coming up. Shobraj to bowl the last ball of his second over. He's given away 11 runs and taken 2 wickets as he bowls a no ball. A beamer, considered a no ball, and a warning to follow, and a free hit to follow up on that. So a no ball with a free hit. Shiraz, the batsman, will benefit from this. Let's see what sort of benefits they plays it towards the vacant square, deep square leg area. The fielder trying to cover that, but a boundary. So Shiraz making good use of the free hit that he got inside half of the bat. Races towards the square leg boundary. So a free hit resulting in 4 extra runs being added. So 61 for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of 13 overs. Current run rate of 4.69 will project the score to 94 as Ansar comes in to bowl his 4th over of the night. He's bowled 3 overs for 12 runs and taken 1 wicket. Batsman Ali on strike. Surely be looking to loop the ball. Bowls it slightly flat. The batsman plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Sam moves across, plays it towards the cover region. The man at extra cover and the man at short cover trying to cover the ball. 1 run added. Score moves on to 62. As Shiraz on strike, he's on 7 of 9 with 1 boundary. Ansar from round the wicket. Looping it, again placing across the line. The man down at deep square leg doing the fielding. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 63. 7:43 local time here in Dubai. Cool conditions. This match being played under the lights at the Playfit Sports Eagle Ground as Ali plays it towards the mid-wicket region. The man at deep square leg running around to his left a good 20 meters, fielding the ball but unable to stop the two. Score moves on to 65. Partnership 13 of 7, now trying to get a move on as Ansar now comes over the wicket for the last couple of balls of his spell. Loops it, and this time Ali backs away to access the cover region and misses. And it's a very simple theory. You miss, I hit. As we see Ansar looping the delivery, changing the angle by coming out over the wicket. And Ansar managing to get his second wicket of the night, gets Ali out. So half the side in the hut, 65 for 5. Ali out for 4 or 5 balls. The wicket takers for the night so far, Anshul starting off by getting the wicket of Ranjit, followed by Ansar getting 2 and Shobraj getting 2. As Johar comes into the center, replacing Ali to face the last ball of the 14th over. Ansar has got 2 wickets of the 3.5 overs he's bowled. Want to finish off with a 3 for at least. As he loops his ball, and is that the one? Yes, it is. So predicted wicket from the commentator. Comes down the wicket, nowhere in line of the ball, and Mariappan, the keeper, this time making no mistake, and he gets a wicket. So 65 for 6 at the end of 14 overs. Ansar finishing his quota of 4 overs for 16 runs and 3 wickets. So he will be on a hat-trick on the next match he comes into bowl. The Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1 being played at the Playfit Sports grounds. Sponsors for this tournament, Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, the main sponsors, PFF Pipes and Fittings, Caltros, and Ventures being the co-sponsors for this tournament. Rehan, the new man, he'll be at the non-striker's end. Shiraz will take strike. Plays it towards the wide-ish long off and collects a boundary. Semlai bowling outside the off stump. Getting a chance to free his arms and plays it over wide long off. Abhay has no chance to cut that off. So boundary coming off the first ball of the 15th over. Score moves on to 69. Shiraz moves into double figures. He's batting 12 of 11 with 2 boundaries. Semlai bowls this one again outside the off stump. This time towards the man at extra cover for a single. Score moves on to 70. As Rehan plays it towards gully and collects a single there. Score moves on to 71. As again bowling it outside the off stump and being called wide. Score moves on to 72. Semlai trying a couple of different things out here. Lucky for him. He's gone for 18 runs in the 2.3 overs he's bowled so far. This time in the night sky, over, long off. Abhay coming into field, unable to stop the double. So score moves on to 74. Playing an aerial shot there. He's been given the width to play. Semlai needs to keep it within the stumps. Better chance of getting the batsman out if he does that. This time plays it with the open face of the bat. Ball goes to gully. Single being taken. Rehan just slips. Lucky for, hopefully he is not injured himself. A quite bit of run out being asked. The umpire declines the same. .75 for 6. We're coming towards the end of the 15th over. As you see the zing lights coming on. In the air towards square leg. The man doing the fielding. 1 run being conceded. Score moves on to 76. End of 15 overs. Current run rate 5.06 will get the score to 101. A score of 100 and above will restore some parity for the JSS. Anything above 120, 130 will be a score that they would like to defend. At the moment are 76 for 6. Ansar finishing his 4 overs for 16 runs and 3 wickets.
साइड स्क्रीन के पीछे तेरा काम हो जाएगा। ऐसा पहले टीवी को बता रहा हूँ कितना नहीं चाहिए। इधर से बताया इधर से दे रहे थे।
That's a wide being called. First ball. Munna, the bowler, bowling for the first time in this innings. Starts off with a wide. This time squaring the batsman up and gets a wicket. On middle end off, batsman squared up, playing on the back foot. Bowled neck and crock. So the 7th wicket down for the score of 76. The man out, Rehan, is out for the score of 2 of 4 balls. As we run through the scorecard of the JSS pipe and fittings, Captain Rajendra winning the toss and electing to take strike. Ranjit Kesavan out 11 of 12 balls with 1 boundary. Asad out for 20 of 29 with 2 boundaries. Ajit out 10 of 26. Shiraz batting 16 of 14. Rajendran, the captain, out for 1 of 2. Ali bowled for 4 of 5 balls. Johar out, none of first ball. And the last casualty, Rehan, out for 2 of 4. As Manpreet, the new batsman, walks in. Right-hand batsman. We'll have to try to give company to Shiraz as much as possible, who's trying to wage a lone battle out here. As Munna bowls to Manpreet, a wild swing going under the bat into the keeper's gloves. Score remains on 76. Twelve extras in the inning so far, 11 wides conceded in that, and a no ball. This time wrapped on the pads, umpire unmoved, going down leg side. Manpreet moving across his stumps. Lucky for him, the ball was going down leg side. A simple tactic from Munna would be to bowl onto the stumps. This time high in the air, going towards the third man region. 1 run added. Manpreet off the mark with that single. 77 for 7. We're in the 16th over of the game. Last ball of the 16th over coming up. Shiraz on strike. Chance of catch at short covers. 1 run added. Score moves on to 78. End of the 16th over. 78 for 7. Munna completing his first overs, given away just 2 runs and got the wicket of Rehan. Manpreet batting 1 of 3. Shiraz batting 17 of 15 balls. He is on strike as Bruno comes into bowl the 17th over. Team now going in to try to close this innings before the end of the 20th over, bringing the premier bowler back in. For 3 overs, 1 made in 11 runs, no wicket. His opening partner Anshul also having figures of 1 for 11 in the 3 overs that he's bowled. Shiraz on strike. Bruno the bowler, 17th over. Starts off with a wide, trying to induce the batsman to play away from the body. but concedes a wide. Score moves on to 79. Bruno to Shiraz. Bowls a no ball, another beamer. So a free hit coming up. Warning to the bowler, followed by a free hit. So the second time a beamer, Bruno having a quiet word with the batsman, asking him if he's okay. Good sportsman spirit out there. So score moves on to 80 and a free hit coming up. Remember, it's the same batsman, you cannot change the field. This time bowls it away from the batsman. Shiraz trying to play it over the extra cover region, manages to get the outer half of the bat, so just gets a single for that. Score moves on to 81. चेक करना पड़ेगा कितने बजे स्टार्ट हुआ.
अभी भी है, मतलब ऑलमोस्ट 2 घंटा लगा दिया
नहीं 6:40 को शुरू हुआ. Manpreet plays it towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 82. नहीं 1.25 घंटा 6:40 को स्टार्ट हुआ.
इनको बोलना पड़ेगा फ्लाइट जल्दी करके.
Plays it towards long off for a single. Abhay the fielder keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 83. The last 4 overs of the innings, 3.3 to be precise. Bruno to Manpreet, who's batting on 2 of 4. Swing and a miss. As Bruno comes into Manpreet. Yorker digs it out. No run added. Score remains on 83. Last ball of the 17th over. 3 overs to follow after this.
100 का टारगेट होगा.
Last ball of the 17th over. The man had long off and long on walking in. Again plays it back towards the bowler. End of the over. 83 for 7. So Bruno completes an economic spell of 4 overs, 1 maiden, 16 runs, no wicket.
ये बॉलर इतनी अच्छी डाल रहा है. ब्रूनो ने विकेट नहीं ली उसको. एक ही ना बाकी इसका ऐसे बॉलर को 3-4 विकेट लेना चाहिए. ले रहे ये तो अच्छा
The Oil and Gas Premier League.
साइड अच्छी है.
As Munna comes in to bowl his second over.
डाल देना 20 ओवर के बाद ये वाला नीचे वाला.
Into Shiraz, asking for a stump. Ariappan quite alert. The zing bails go off, but the batsman well inside his crease. He judge stumped. So Munna bowling to Shiraz. edged and the ball going towards the third man region for a single. Score moves on to 84. Manpreet on strike. Munna the bowler. Cross the line. Again, this one missing the leg stump, so umpire unmoved. Leg by being signaled. Score moves on to 85. .84 for 7. And asking for an LBW, hits the back side of the leg.
बेल जिंगिंग वो पहले से बेल जिंगिंग
Oh, zinging, sorry. As the zing of the bail still continues to glow. Maybe pitching down leg is what saved Shiraz. Fifth ball of the 18th over coming up. Again, swinging the trajectory with what Munna is bowling and the strength. The ball's not going to rear off the surface. Shiraz has to bowl straight. He's in a bit of discomfort from the previous ball where he was hit on the foot. Last ball of the 18th over coming up. 85 for 7. Short ball, plays it towards mid-wicket. Single, wanting the second. Manpreet comes back safely. So at the end of 18 overs, 87 for 7. Munna has bowled 2 overs for 5 runs and taken 1 wicket in an economic spell. Anshul Srivastav comes in to bowl his last over of the night, the penultimate over of the innings. 18 overs gone, 87 for 7. This is the lowest total so far. So we'll want to make some good use of the wood they have in hand in the last 2 overs as Anshul comes in to bowl the 19th over. Manpreet, the batsman, on strike. Slaps it down. The bowler feels with his boot. And the ball hitting his boot and coming back up as he feels the discomfort now. Second ball of the over. Manpreet plays it to a short cover. Misfield there by Ansar allows the single to be completed. 88 for 7. Shiraz plays it towards square leg. A misfield there. And lets the ball through for another boundary. Score moves on to 92. Dynamos earlier had scored 109 for 9 in their 20 overs. They need another 18 runs to surpass that low score in the remaining 9 balls of the innings, as Anshul comes into ball to Shiraz, plays it towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 93. As Shiraz has a quick word with Manpreet, probably asking him to give him strike for the last ball of the over. In my opinion, it should be Manpreet who should take on the bowler and score some quick runs, as he tries to do that, but manages to play the ball back towards the bowler. So the last ball of the over coming up, this is the time that Anshul will try to keep it down to the minimum. Shiraz has a quick word with Manpreet again, would tell him go in for the big one, so that if he connects with the boundary or a 6 or a double, give them runs and also allows Shiraz to come on strike. As let's see, Anshul comes, a miss, swing and a miss, no run there. So another beautiful spell coming to a close for the SuperTech boys. 19 overs completed. Anshul completes his quota of the night. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 17 runs and 1 wicket. As the last over of the innings comes up. Bowling analysis so far: Anshul Srivastava 4 overs, 1 maiden, 17 runs, 1 wicket. Bruno 4 overs, 1 maiden, 16 runs, no wicket. Semlai the expensive 3 overs, 22 runs, no wicket. Ansar 4 overs, 16 runs, the pick of the bowler with 3 wickets. Shobraj 2 overs, 16 runs, 2 wickets, and Munna bowling 2 overs, 5 runs. This time again into the night sky. The man at long on doing the fielding, slow to react, allows the batsman to cross for 2 runs. Score moves on to 95. Shiraz batting 29 of 26. A lone hand in a sorry state of affairs for the JSS fitting team. Yes, Munna comes into bowl. Shiraz plays it back to the bowler. No run there. Happy to keep strike. Yes. Munna coming in to bowl his 3rd over on the trot, coming in the back end of the innings, being saved for the last. Varying his pace and keeping this time Shiraz wraps him on the pads, but 1 leg by added to the total. Score moves on to 96. 95. Last 3 balls of the innings coming up. Manpreet on strike. What sort of a plan does he have in mind? Does he go in for a single and give Shiraz a strike, or goes for the big one himself? He dances down the wicket. A wide being bowled. Mariappan, the keeper, missing that. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 97. So Munna here conceding 2 runs without a ball being counted, and allows Shiraz to come back on strike. Swing and a miss. Oh, the batsmen are doing is trying to swing across the line, not playing through the line of the ball. Much better when you play a straighter bat than a cross batted shot. The ball's not rising above the knee height, so you're better off playing in the V, as he plays around that one, and this time the umpire deems this as a wide, so score moves on to 98. 2.4 overs, 10 runs, 1 wicket. 98 for 7. And another wide. Bruno trying to keep it outside the arc of Shiraz, but as Ansar gives a piece of advice asking him to keep calm and bowl it straight. 19 extras in innings, 16 wides. As Munna comes in, another wide. Score moves on to 99. Third wide on the trot, this time coming round the wicket. He's bowling well up to this mark. The last 3 balls he's off radar and resulted in 3 runs being added without a ball being considered. As this time he plays it over towards short cover and Ansar takes a catch. So 99. So score moves on to 100 rather, and the 8th wicket to fall. So 100 comes up with the wide. Last ball of the innings, 100 for 8. Shiraz caught Ansar, bow of the bowling of Munna, who's got 3 wickets to his credit. Sorry, 2 wickets to his credit. Come on, batsman, hurry up, hurry up! Hurry up! You see another bird on the opposite side in front of the side screen. But lucky for him, he's not blocking the view of the batsman. Shiraz out for 29 of 28 with 3 boundaries. Last ball of the innings coming up. Swing and a miss. So 100 is what JSS finish up with in their quota of 20 overs. So 101 is what is required for SuperTech to try to gain those 2 important points and get their campaign off the mark. Sandeep, the batsman, who faced the last ball with no success.
ये चार्ज है आपका? ऐड डाल दिया? हाँ डाल दिया। हाँ? हाँ जी।
ऑल आउट हुआ? तो मैंने बोला था ना 100 टारगेट होगा तो तुम लोग पहले सुने क्यों नहीं मेरी बात?
100 पूरा टारगेट देखा? वाइट फेंक के 100 दे दिया इन्होंने। इतनी वाइट फेंकने से 100 भी नहीं होते भाई।
तो इतने वाइड वो आखिरी 3 गेंदों को कुछ भी नहीं बना और उसने 4 वाइड
4 गेंद वाइट फेंक दिए। अब ये फटाफट अगर 5-6 ओवर
We're back live again to the game 3 of the day, game 6 of the tournament. As JSS Pipes and Fittings making a laborious 100 runs in their 20 overs for the loss of 9 wickets. There's SuperTech coming in to chase down 101 in 20 overs. That's from Ansar Ahmed, the batsman, with Mariappan, his partner. Starts off with a boundary towards long leg region. Asad, the bowler, bowling onto his pads. Quickly turning around and sending the ball towards the long leg boundary, as you see, down the leg side, helping its way. We are in the power play with 2 men outside the ring. Not a very good line to start, so SuperTech chase up and running in the first ball boundary, and second one Ansar trying to send this over the long on region. Lucky for him, just coming onto the Asad to bowl the third ball, 4 for no loss. Plays it towards short covers, a misfield there, no run. So score remains on 4. Needing another 97 runs of the remaining 117 balls. Not a stiff target by any means, but just need to make sure you're composed and trying to chase it down with good percentage cricket. Ansar plays this down towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 5. We're in the power play, so 2 men allowed outside the circle. The man at long on and the man at deep point. As Mariappan to take strike for the first time. He to swivels around, plays it towards short mid wicket. He's off the mark with a single. Score moves on to 6. 5.02 is what they need, and this time Ansar accesses the cover region for a boundary. So a productive over, 10 runs coming off it. You see Asad floating the ball, Ansar just helping its way over cover region. He collects his second boundary of the innings. He moves on to 9 of 5. So 10 for the loss of no wicket at the end of first over. Chasing 101. Needing another 91 runs of the remaining 114 balls. It's a no ball to start. Wajid Shah, the bowler, starts off with a wide. Full toss. Mariappan plays it over the mid-wicket region. Ball racing towards the boundary. And a 4. Asad having a chase on his hands. Wajid Shah bowling another full toss. Mariappan gets it slightly on the higher side of the bat, but still got enough legs to cross the mid-wicket boundary. Score moves on to 15 of 1.1 overs. So SuperTech in some super hurry, has already chipped down 15, is asking for a leg before, probably going just down next side. Wajid this time bowling it up to the batsman instead of bowling a full toss. 15 for no loss. This time right up to the under the batsman's bat, so no run there. Score remains on 15. Under edge, keeper misses that one, goes to a short fine. Another run added, 16 runs for the loss of no wicket. JSS had scored 22 for 1 in their allotted power play. Another change in the field as the batsmen cross over. Score moves on to 17. So Wajid Shah off the attack after those 4 balls that he had bowled. After a couple of beamers, he's been taken off. This time a wide, so the free hit continues. Score moves on to 18. Fast zoom kar de, Wajid hi hai bowler. This time down leg side, it brushes the pad, goes to a short fine. Johar coming in to fill in the 2 balls of the over, considered a wide and a leg by. Score moves on to 19. Again down leg side, score moves on to 20. So runs coming thick and fast for SuperTech, needing another 81 runs to win this contest. Another wide, so 21 for no loss. Another wide, so 3 wides continuously. Score moves on to 22. Coming from round the wicket to complete the over. This time another wide outside the off stump. Score moves on to 23. Extras in the innings so far. 5 wides, 2 no balls, 1 leg by. And Ansar plays it towards short covers and takes up for a single. At the end of 2 overs, score 24 for the loss of no wicket. 14 runs coming off this over. We're in the power play where 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. Another 77 runs required of the remaining 108 balls. As Manpreet comes into bowl, he's bowling the 3rd over of the innings. First change right away. Another wide down leg side. Score 25. Manpreet again down leg side. Straight towards short fine. Chance of a catch, goes begging, and the ball races towards the boundary. Score moves on to 29. Into the hands and through it. Score 29 for the loss of no wicket. Ansar on 11. And this time, short ball, plays it over mid-wicket for a maximum. Sending it at least 10 meters from the boundary ropes. Score 35. JSS fittings managing to score only 6 boundaries in the innings, no sixes. Ansar this time, nobody in the mid-wicket region. Another short ball sends it crashing over the mid-wicket fence. Score moves on to 39. Mariappan racing to another wide. Score moves on to 40. Another wide. Score moves on to 41. फिर गलत बैट्समैन को मरियप्पन दिखा रहा है, दो उधर अंसार बैट कर रहा है. अंपायरिंग है दोनों. Ansar inner edge towards, gets a single. Score moves on to 42. अंपायर को बोल देना वॉकी पे, लकी अंपायर को बोल दे वॉकी पे चेंज करे. अच्छा नहीं, asking for an LBW again. Score moves on to 42. Ansar batting 9 of 7. Mariappan batting 22 of 11. So end of the third over, 42 for the loss of no wicket. Three overs, 42 for the loss of no wicket. नहीं हो रहा, वो क्योंकि दूर है. अंसार के सारे रन मरियप्पन में डाल दिए. अंसार बैटिंग कर रहा है, पिछले ओवर में से छक्का और चौका मारा, मरियप्पन को दे दिया. कौन कर रहा है इसके लिए पता नहीं ना. वो इसको उधर से बोलो ना कि माइक से सुन नहीं रहा है. Rajendran comes into bowl to Ansar. Wide conceded. Score moves on to 43. Sam plays it towards short mid wicket. No run there. Score remains on 43. Plays it towards the extra cover region. 1 run added. Coming back for the second. Score moves on to 46. 3.2 overs, chasing 101. Needing another 55 runs of 100 balls. Just a shade under 3 runs, about 3 runs and over. That's a rare dot ball, 46 for no loss. Ansar batting 12 of 12 with 2 boundaries. Mariappan 22 of 11 with 3 boundaries and a 6. Towards covers, the man misfields there and another boundary added. So Ansar now taking over. He's
स्कोरिंग में क्या कर रहा है? एक बॉल पहले ओवर डाल दिया, बॉल डाल देता.
50 for no loss. We are in the 4th over. Another 51 runs. Already the half the runs required have already been scored. Was the batsman in full form as another full toss, deep mid wicket. Nobody at the deep mid wicket area. Score moves on to 54.
अभी ये कितना चलेगी? 100 मीटर अबव चलती है? 250 मीटर का मेरा एक्सपीरियंस. ये खुद 150 मीटर.
54 for no loss. Ansar batting 30 of 16. This time edged towards third man. Short third man giving the chase. 1 run added. So at the end of 4 overs, 55 for the loss of no wicket, needing another 46 runs of the remaining 96 balls. Ansar has got 31 of 17 with 5 boundaries and a 6. Mariappan 12 of 9 with 2 boundaries. Rajendran completing an expensive over, 12 runs given off it. So the bowling analysis so far: Asad 1 over, 10 runs. Wajid Shah 4 balls that he bowled and was taken off the attack for bowling 2 beamers, 7 runs. Johar giving away 6 runs of the 2 balls he bowled. Sundeep coming in for 19 runs of the over that he bowled, and Rajendran 1 over 12 runs. Another wide to start off. Score moves on to 56. There's a dead ball being signalled. Shiraz the bowler. .56 for no loss. As Ansar on strike. This time again through cover region, ball racing towards the boundary. Just stopped inside, so 2 runs added to the total, 58 for no loss.
भाई कौन सा वाला कैमरा नहीं चल रहा है? मेन एंगल एक तो आ रहा है ना.
58 for no loss. This time through cover region, the man at extra cover doing the fielding there, keeps it down to a 1. Wajid coming back, wanting to come back for a second. Mariappan decides this time saying no to him. He's off strike for quite some time. He needs to get some game time himself. So 33 is what, and 34 of 20 for Ansar with 5 boundaries and a 6. Mariappan now facing strike. cuts it towards point. The man at deep point coming in to save the ball. Score moves on to 60. 41 runs more required. We are still in the power play. Started at just a shade over 5 at the start of the innings. This required run rate. Now dropping down. Need another 41 of remaining 93 balls. As Shiraz bowls to Wajid. In and off of the bat, takes a single of the fourth ball of the over. Score moves on to 62. As Mariappan plays this towards deep cover there, the man doing the fielding there. 2 runs added. .64 for no loss. This is the 5th over. We're still in the power play with 7 men inside the ring. Mariappan this time plays it towards covers. A single being taken. Not so good running between the wickets by Ansar. He needs to run for his partner as well. It's not about him scoring the runs. His partner too has to score those runs. A pretty ordinary effort by him. Something which Anshul will have to talk to his players. At the end of 5 overs, 65 for the loss of no wicket. As Mujtaba, the new bowler, bowling the 6th over of the innings. He bowls it to Mariappan. And a quick single being taken. Again, you can see the intent out there. Wajid wants to keep the strike, is ready to run a risky run if he wants to come on strike, but not ready to take an easy run when he has to go off strike. So this time plays it over covers, completes a 1, wanting the second, easily completing the second. Score moves on to 68. This time Wajid plays it high into the air, over the man at covers for another boundary or a 6. Let's wait for the umpire signal. He signals a 6. So score moves on to 74. 43 of 23 balls, 5 boundaries, 2 sixes. 74. Another wide being bowled. Again, no interest shown in getting the extra run and trying to chip down this total. As long as he's on strike, scores on 75. Sam plays it towards long off. 1 run added to the total. 76 for no loss. 5.4 overs completed. As we come towards the close of power play, 2 more balls left and the field restrictions will be lifted. Mariappan plays this again over square leg, ball racing towards the boundary, and he collects his third boundary of the day. Score moves on to 80, another 21 runs required of the remaining 14.1 overs, 85 balls, 21 runs required. And SuperTech have raced away in this chase. As wide being bowled and 5 runs conceded nearly. The ball racing towards the boundary and stops just inside. So 2 runs just been collected. Very, very poor running by the batsman in spite of having this chase well under control. It's the intent and the intentions which come to the fore. And 82, again another wide. This time the keeper misses it again. Ball racing towards the boundary and this time touches the fence. So 87 for no loss. 5.5 overs, Wajid to take strike. .21 extras being conceded as the last ball of the, again an inner edge, going racing towards the long leg boundary. So at the end of power play, score moves on to 91. A forgetful power play for the JSS bowlers as Ansar races away to 48 of 25. Mariappan 21 of 14 balls. Just another 10 more runs to be added to the total. As Rehan comes in to bowl the 7th over of the innings. It will probably be the last over of the innings if he doesn't bowl a tighter line. Mariappan plays this towards the short third man. 1 run added. Another 9 runs more needed. Wajid this time plays it towards long off. Chance of a catch there and taken. And rightfully so, Wajid doesn't reach his half century. Has been quite selfish in his approach when he was doing the running. So he gets out on 48. So something to cheer for the JSS fielders. He's out for 48 of 26 balls with 6 boundaries and 2 sixes. Scotted long off by Wajid Shah off the bowling of Rehan. As number 3 batsman walks into the crease. As Rehan comes into bowl, batsman plays it towards the mid-wicket region. A misfield there, but still only 1 run taken. Sarvanan, the new man, he is off the mark with a single. Score moves on to 93. As Mariappan plays it to a short mid-wicket, this take off for a quick single. Score moves on to 94. 6.4 overs completed. Needing another 7 runs to win this encounter. As Rihan into Sarvanan, who plays it towards the deep mid-wicket region. Man out there with the field restrictions relaxed. 5 men outside the ring, so pretty much good protection. 1 run added. Score moves on to 95, so 1 hit away from a very good win for SuperTech. As another wide being bowled, so score moves on to 96, 5 more runs required. With 1 ball to complete the 7th over. This time a wide being bowled, the ball racing towards the fine leg boundary, and that concludes a very good win for sorry, 1 run more required, 96 and 500, 101. 101 for 1. Ansar Ahmed adjudged the man of the match for this famous win. A sorry state of affairs for JSS. The batting never got underway and the bowling not up to the mark, giving away 101 runs in 6.5 overs. Rehan, the lone wicket taker. 8 bowlers being used in the 7 overs, and none of them up to the mark.
Man of the match दे दो.
असद है कि राज है?
JSS, आजा आजा. Captain.
Man of the match. ठंडी आज कम लगी, जल्दी मैच हो गई.
तैयार है जवाब देने के लिए.
कोई नहीं मिलेगा.
बाकी थोड़ा और साइड आउट ऑफ द सन. असद, प्लीज कम फॉरवर्ड. रेडी? Okay, welcome to the presentation. A pretty short game by T20 standards, as well as SuperTech racing away to 101 in 6.5 overs to be precise. We'll talk to Asad first. Asad, a forgetful day for the JSS boys in the center?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, they played really well, SuperTech, and they bowled really and very well, and they restricted us just for 100. Actually, we should have given them a big target. Actually, we are playing with the new players. All these are new guys, and they are not experienced. But let's we will improve, inshallah. In the next match, we will come back stronger.
So you could take it down to inexperience, the boys getting richer by experience with every game they come into play on the park?
Yeah, definitely. Why? Because see, they are not the regular players. They are just new to the game actually, and they are improving game by game. Inshallah, next match will come back stronger. That's it.
Anyway, thank you for your time and all the best for the rest of the tournament. We have the man of the match coming up. Wajid Shah will be collecting the prize from the umpire for his 48 runs and 4 overs, 16 runs and 3 wickets. Thank you. Ansar, we'll have a word with you. You want to speak in Hindi, English?
Go ahead.
English?
English is fine.
Ansar, you were quite in a hurry to complete the match. You teed off right from the first ball and wanting to, slam those sixes and boundaries.
Yeah, you're right, but the thing is, when there is a ball to be hit, it should be hit, and this is a mantra I have, lived with whole my life, and it's pretty easier also to bat in the first 6 overs because the field restrictions are there, and you can go for your shots. This pitch was comparatively better to play the shots because the bounce was even and the ball was coming on the bat very well.
A slight difference between when you all were fielding, the ball was stopping on, but as the night goes on, the dew sets in, the ball zips on, sits up nicely to be hit.
Actually, even if you see our bowling, the first 6 overs, the ball was, coming on the bat very nicely. After the 6 overs, when the field restrictions were over and we put the spinners on, that was the point actually which curtailed the run scoring of the opponent teams. In our batting, luckily we crossed the line within the 6 overs. So that was the difference. If the game would have gone long, maybe the bounce would have come into the picture for sure.
Anyway, thank you. All the best for the rest of the tournament and a good knock and a good bowling performance as we have Anshul coming forward. Anshul, better performance than the last time. The wides were controlled, the wickets were taken and pressure right from the word go. You started off with getting the wicket of Ranjit. Your partner supported you well. 22 runs given in the power play. Must be pretty happy with that?
Very happy, very happy. I think the combination worked well. The new players who were having a little experience with the combination work. We were lacking the spinners last matches, and it's all about being disciplined. Like last match, we gave a lot of extras, which basically resulted the difference. And this match, you can see the difference in extras given pretty less, and the bowling discipline was very good. I think we had a bowling lineup which can easily control the scores under 120, and boys actually did well. Munna came in. The players we brought in, I think they paid off. When we brought in Munna, we wanted him to just control the runs, keep in the medium pace, keep the discipline right, and he did, and he came back with the 3 wickets. So that was pretty good.
Just a good area of concern when Mariappan and Ansar were batting in between. Ansar was not taking those runs when he was going off strike. Is that an area of concern, something which you will be talking to him and the partners, that the strike needs to be rotated and the runs accumulated as fast as possible, not going in for personal glory?
I think that's kind of said like them and perfectly said. Because, we'll be having a talk on this one because we want to finish the match quickly. There are a few areas I think they could have finished, I would say, over before. If they would have ran the extra runs in the extras. But still, I'm happy with the team how they played actually overall. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for your time and congratulations for the first win of the tournament. You should have more coming up. That's the news from the center as we conclude game 3 of the day. SuperTech winning a game by margin of 9 wickets with 13.1 overs to spare as we conclude the night. Good night, and we'll see you next week again for week number 3 and 3 more games to follow next week. Thank you.